Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. I'm so excited to have you with me today. This is a divine masculine reading, and I think today we're just going to get straight in and see what the message is. Okay, so what we're going to do is look at the overall energies and then see what he's thinking, feeling, and doing in his action space. So the overall energy here is the Ten of Swords with the Star in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse. Just be aware that I do read cards intuitively as well as, their traditional tarot meanings. So I'm going to tell it like a little story today. So here's the little tree here. That's citrine, so you can look that up. Citrine. That brings in abundance in all forms. And it was 111 on the video as I said that. So that may be a synchronicity for some of you today. So the overall energies is, I can see for the divine masculine here, is that he has had some stress in his third dimensional life. There's been a need to go and heal, and there's also been a bit of an issue with some sort of commitment in his life, which can be people, places, or things. So I'm kind of getting that the overall stress energy that we're feeling here is that he's had to put the brakes on something that he's committed to, because he's become perhaps unwell for some, or perhaps just overburdened. So he's had to sort of let something go, whether that's a karmic partner, whether that's something else in his life that's been causing him to feel stressed out. So in his thinking space, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Four of Swords in reverse, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Empress in reverse as well. So this reversal energy to me is saying that, all of these energies here are, definitely here, but for me, sometimes when they're reversed, they can be past energies. So this feeling of wish fulfillment and passion, and taking a break so that you don't get left out in the cold, sort of feeling that Empress energy isn't able to happen because of the overall energy here. When you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling exhausted, it's very difficult to come into this, wish fulfillment phase, where you feel passionate and where you feel, like you can heal properly, in general. So, I mean, the good thing here is that the Four of Swords is in reverse, which means, there isn't this confusion and constant worry and anxiety anymore. That's more of a past energy. But we do want to bring the passion back here in the thought or mind space, and we do want to bring the wish fulfillment back, so that we can feel this abundance here, which I said at the beginning of the reading with the citrine. Because abundance is something that's not always monetary. Abundance can mean abundance in emotion, abundance, in, monetary terms as well. But also just that feeling that everything's okay. Because when the Empress is turned upright, she is a nurturing, loving, wonderful energy that you want to be around. That's kind of where we are for the masculine and his thought processes at the moment. And he is thinking, we are in each other's life for a reason. Thank you for showing up. And then we have, as an overall energy, I forgot to mention before, I am currently working on becoming the best version of myself, which means he's looked here at the stresses he's had. He's looked here at the need for healing. He's perhaps letting some commitments go that were causing the stress in his third dimensional reality, so that he can work on himself, right? So let's see what the feeling is now. In the next row, we have the feeling. We have the Page of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Ten of Wands in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Emperor in reverse. So again, we're getting this, this feeling of, I kind of feel like I want to do these things, but I can't get them up right until I have this star here, this healing. This healing needs to happen. So the Page of Wands normally is coming in with an offer, and so is the Knight of Cups. The Page of Wands is this action orientated space, and so is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is this loving offer, this feeling that they can be, perhaps romantic, or perhaps emotionally there, but because of the Ten of Wands, I think I said the Ten of Wands up here, but I meant to say the Ten of Swords. Anyway, so the Ten of Wands is that, that feeling where you're just so burdened. It's, I don't know, let's just flip it around for a minute. I'm just guided to flip it around. Okay, so the Ten of Wands here. People are taking advantage of your kindness, and it feels like a burden upon yourself, right? Your burdens are starting to affect your health, which is what we had up here. And then do not take on other people's burdens. Okay, so, this is where, this is a past energy I'm feeling that, he's coming out of that. He's realizing the need for healing. Otherwise, the cycle can't complete. Otherwise, he can't come in as the King of all kings. He can't be stable. He can't offer love and clarity and abundance and action. He can't give that passion if he's healing. If he's in that healing mode, if he's unwell, he can't be the Emperor to the Empress. Look at this. That is the twin flame couple there together, the Empress and the Emperor, when they're upright. Okay, so this is in the feeling space. So let's just go through it quickly again. So he's feeling as though he wants to make a passionate offer, a loving offer, but the burdens have been too much and he's become unwell. So there's this need for healing again. And he knows it because he's feeling it. He's feeling exhausted. He's feeling tired. He's feeling like he wants to say, you are the best thing that happened to me in a long time. So that's really beautiful. So he's feeling that. So in his action space now, let's go there. We have Judgment in reverse, the Five of Cups upright, the Tower in reverse, the Strength card upright, and the Nine of Swords in reverse. Okay, so, again, we've got this up-down feeling, you can, I feel like I want to do this with the camera. I know I don't want to make anyone get seasick, but it feels like, we're in the past, we're in the present, we're in the past, we're in the present, we're in the past, we're in the present. It's this, wishy-washy feeling in the action space due to lack of healing. So let's see. The Judgment in reverse, I'm feeling, he wants to understand his own self here. This is self-reflection, understanding that there is love available to him if he will just let the shock of what's occurred in the past go. If he'll just allow himself to heal this and let it go. It's like, as an example, if you walked into a store to buy a handbag and, the lady was rude to you and you held on to it and kept, and then you went home and told your sister and said, oh, you'll never guess what, I went to the store and this lady was just so rude to me over and over. She kept, you know, telling me that, you know, the handbag that I should get wasn't the one I wanted, and that, you know, I needed to sign up and get this extra deal, but I had to pay, you know, extra and I didn't want to. And, you know, it's this frustration energy that, you know, when people are in their ego, they can't let go of it. Okay, and when you don't let go of the anger and the hurt, when you don't allow it to flow through you, then, you know, you get into this energy, this crying over spilt milk, this, you know, that feeling where people will say, nothing good ever happens to me. You know, I'm always, or they'll say, you know, that they're always having a difficult time instead of a happy time. So it changes the whole perception of someone's reality when they're in their ego. So Divine Masculine is realizing now that when he allows himself to heal, when he allows himself to go within here, even if it's painful, even if it causes sorrow, then it gives him strength and negates this need for depression or for a feeling of, you know, not sleeping well or not, you know, coping well. Because if you hold on to all that stuck energy, you're going to make yourself sick. If you hold on to all these burdens and commitments, you're going to make yourself sick. There has to be a time for healing. There has to be a time for healing so that you can come into this strength energy. And, you know, here I'm noticing this definite solar plexus, the need to work on the solar plexus and the root chakra. I mean, all of the chakras are important, but when you start at the root and work your way up each and every day, you know, you shield yourself, you cleanse your aura, you have a spiritual practice each and every day, then it means that this doesn't have to happen. So what's his love message here to Divine Feminine? Can you forgive me, please? So that's not going to be relevant for all Divine Feminines here. Not all Divine Masculines have done something wrong, but they are feeling guilty for perhaps, you know, needing to take this time away from the commitment of the relationship. You know, because upright here, and look, there we have the Ten of Swords again. That's how he was feeling before, just recently. Okay, and then underneath that, you know, is the King of Wands, wanting to be the King of Wands, wanting to be this passionate energy. But so that, you know, the Hierophant upright is someone who wants to be committed, someone who feels like they can give commitment, feels like they can come into union, feels like they can connect to source, can be spiritually available. But there's this definite need for healing right now, which means Divine Feminine, you need to come into, you know, the energy of the star yourself. So let's read the star. Okay, you are placing your time and thoughts too much in the wrong area, and it's time to realign your thoughts. So in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, we see, you know, it's one foot in the water and that very healing energy coming through, you know, that baptism type energy where you feel renewed because you've taken the time to go within and do the necessary spiritual work to feel good. And when you do that, it also affects your counterpart. So when the Empress is upright, the Emperor can also be upright. Okay, so if you want to help your Divine Masculine, you need to do the spiritual work yourself. You need to focus on ascension. You need to make sure, you know, that you're in your power here. You know, that infinity symbol is the divine coming through you so that you can tame yourself. And this is in thought, you know, word and action. This is in all of the areas. And when you do that, when you tame yourself, you give your soul the necessary means to heal the body and the emotional part of you as well. So I find it very interesting, again, that the Empress and the Emperor, you know, even though it's in the Divine Masculine reading, but they were upside down at the get-go here. So I'm really feeling as though I want Divine Feminine to lead in this instance and, you know, help Divine Masculine by doing the work. So doing, you know, meditating, maybe dancing to get rid of stuck energy, maybe, you know, doing any spiritual practice that you feel guided to do, eating cleanly, you know, thinking cleanly, feeling clean, you know, clean thoughts, positive thoughts. You know, this tree here for me is like the tree of life. It's, you know, when you, you know, go into nature, you feel better. You know, perhaps there's a need to do that. You know, I'm drawn to the red here in the Hierophant. You know, there's a need for grounding here. Otherwise we become unstable and we can't come through for anybody. You know, self-love has to come first. You know, you have to give yourself, you know, this nurturing here from the ground up, from the root chakra, starting at the root chakra and working your way to the crown. You know, some people just do a certain chakra for the day, but really you should work, you know, at least 5 minutes on each chakra so that you can have complete balance. And, you know, if you did 5 minutes a day on the 7 chakras, that's only 35 minutes out of your entire day, you know. So, I mean, you know, when you feed a tree, you go and you nurture the roots of the tree. And then, you know, all of it sprouts upwards. You know, we start at the bottom and work our way up. You know, we feed it, you know, good soil. We nurture it with water. We then give it the sunlight, which is also another important thing that Divine Masculine and Feminine need, is the sunlight for growth. So yeah, that's what I have for you today for Divine Masculine. So yeah, go easy on him because he's healing right now, Divine Feminine, and also make sure you tend to yourself as if you are a garden. If that's all you remember from the entire video is, you know, that you need to tend to yourself, then yeah, that's going to be important for you at this time. I'm sending so many blessings and so much love, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Have a great one. Bye.